Hello, it's Tim from Fair Play Now on the 7th of November 2021, and there was a little bit of news this week which may well have passed you by, especially if you are not really a Facebook person, which I'm not. And that is that they're going to be changing their name from Facebook to Meta, Meta. And you might be thinking, well, so what? That's just one of these sort of boring kind of name changes that companies like to do from time to time, just like when kind of marathon bars change their name to Snickers, and when Norwich Union changed their name to Aviva and all that kind of thing. But it's a little bit more disturbing than that. And there's this thing called the Metaverse, and that's a new word on me. I literally just learnt that particular word in the last couple of weeks. Never heard of it before. And it is a concept where basically we're all going to be living not with the internet, but in the internet. Very much kind of like the world depicted in films like Tron and The Matrix, which, by the way, were all sort of predictive programming. And this is a real thing, and there is all sorts of people working on this right now, all sorts of big companies and big entities, and the powers that shouldn't be. They're all working towards this metaverse thing. And you're just basically going to have an online version of yourself, and you're going to be living there. And believe it or not, people are already starting to buy up virtual land and virtual assets in this metaverse world with real money. They're actually spending thousands or even hundreds of thousands of pounds or dollars, real money, buying stuff in this virtual world. So that is how serious this is going to be, and that is why Facebook have changed their name to Meta. And it all kind of ties in with the sort of NWO, the Great Reset, and all that stuff. And if you ever wondered how, when old Schwabi boy said you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, and you kind of wondered, well, how on earth am I going to be happy owning nothing, sort of being living in a crammed smart city in a tiny little apartment, eating sort of bug burgers and lovely kind of lab grown sort of steaks, how you could possibly be happy with that? Well, you're going to be in the metaverse world, your metaverse world, hooked up to that through the internet, and you're going to be living there, living the life of Riley, having a wonderful life, eating the finest steaks or the finest vegetarian food if you're sort of vegetarian, and meeting all sorts of wonderful people, fantastic friends, and just owning all sorts of virtual stuff that you'll be spending real money on. And you'll be then that is how you're going to be happy there. Now, if you're kind of still wondering how this is all going to work, well, if you're kind of probably over 40, certainly over 50 like I am, well, you're never going to get it. You're always going to think, what a terrible world, I'd just rather be in the real world. But the worrying thing is that the youth are being conditioned into this, just gradually being brought more and more into this kind of virtual world, and that's why they're all hooked on or a lot of them are hooked on these sort of games, highly interactive and immersive games, and that is kind of conditioning them into this whole metaverse world. So it's not a good thing, and it's going to be sold as a fantastic thing, and a lot of people are going to be drawn into it and get addicted to it and think it is wonderful, but no good will come out of it in the long run. And I'm just going to point you in the direction of a video. This was sent to me by a subscriber, so thank you very much. And it's very enlightening. It explains the whole concept of the metaverse in in a much better way than I've done here. This is just like an intro from me, but this video, I think it's about half an hour long, and it's called "What is the Metaverse?" A video all adults and parents must watch, and it will explain exactly what the metaverse is, who's dreamt it up, and the direction in which things are going to be going, if we let it. Now the video, it kind of gets it has a religious angle coming in towards the end, which may or may not be your thing, but I still, I think it could well be a solution to these problems and this whole metaverse thing, but that's obviously up to you to decide. But it's a very worthwhile watch anyway. So it is on YouTube, so I'll leave a link to it in the description box and the comment section below, and you can go and check that out. And I think you'll find it very, very eye-opening. And if you don't know anything about this metaverse thing, or why Facebook is changing their name to this Meta sort of name, you'll find out in this video. So I'll let you go and do that, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.